Okay, folks, we're back at Cabot Circus in Bristol again. I am of course, your host of hosts, MJ Knight, and the second movie to be released since the inaugural Avengers movie from 2 years ago, and we're back with a Captain America sequel. Chris Evans, the good one, back as the first Avenger, the man with honor, basically Marvel's equivalent of Superman, in my opinion only. And it's basically, how's he going to continue life on after the incident in New York from 2012? And we got Scarlett Johansson coming back, who is probably just a step above the acting class of Kristen Stewart, although I think Kristen Stewart's hotter, in my opinion. Samuel L. Jackson. This is going to be kind of like a political thriller. I'm going to look to see what this one can do, and it's just to see how Cap can adjust to 21st century as opposed to 1943. In about 2 hours, we'll find out. Right, that was The Winter Soldier. Considering this is going to be the mini part of the review, I'm going to try and keep this as straight to the point as possible. Chris Evans coming back to reprise his roles as Steve Rogers, Captain America, a lot more developed this time around. You actually sort of see the kind of, I wouldn't say scarring of his psyche because of the fact he's out of his time, but you do see his difficulty adjusting to modern society and just how he just doesn't feel out of place. I'm glad to see Peggy Carter come back in a very minor capacity. Anthony Mackie, I liked him as Falcon. I thought he's comical and humorous, but he's done almost like in a very serious kind of way. It's just like, I'll say a joke, but I'm going to look serious whilst doing it. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, aka Natasha Romanoff, or is it Natalie Rushman? It's hard to say. Not as bland as she was in previous outings in Marvel movies. In Iron Man 2, bland as a wooden post. Avengers, yeah, okay. This one, you do feel like there's a little bit more personality to her, and I think people have taken that on board. Robert Redford starts off as a decent, good guy, but when you see the turn, you really see the turn. And although he's, you can tell he's aged a tad bit, the guy has got mountains and mountains of acting talent left in him. And then, of course, I think it's Stan Isaac, who played Bucky and the Winter Soldier. You do kind of see a man trying to regain his humanity. It's not anything like Alex J. Murphy, because for starters, RoboCop had more personality than the Winter Soldier, but we're getting off on a tangent. Decent written story. So far, this is still better than Iron Man 3, and this is actually just a nice step above Thor: The Dark World, or in Random's case, Thor 2, Chelsea nil. What can I say? A very strong, good flick bargain. Until next time, MJ Knight out. Let's go look at the next feature.